Hello everyone. Today, you'll discover why messing with the primal forces of nature is never a good idea. We've gathered breathtaking videos from around the world to show just how terrifying and unpredictable our planet can be.
Oh my goodness.
Cruises may promise calm waters, but they aren't always smooth sailing. Sometimes, nature unleashes its untamed fury. Take the recent event off the coast of western Norway, where a powerful storm surged just as a cruise liner's engines failed, leaving the ship helplessly tossed and battered by towering waves.
Here, take that.
Waves crashed violently against the windows as furniture flew across the ship. It soon became too dangerous to stay on board, prompting the Coast Guard to airlift passengers to safety. After such a harrowing experience, I'm sure many of them will be opting for land-based vacations for a while.
Alright, it's time to abdicate the area.
Just days ago, if someone had suggested that this massive bridge could be swept away by water, locals would have dismissed it as implausible. Yet, nature has a way of delivering the unexpected. In mere seconds, the flood reduced this heavy-duty bridge to rubble, as if it were nothing more than a toy. While vacationing in Queensland, a tourist decided to film a lightning storm from the safety of his room. Thankfully, he never gathered the nerve to step out onto the balcony. The deafening silence that followed spoke volumes about his terror at what he had just witnessed. Yes, floods can strike out of nowhere, and trying to stop them feels like attempting to hold back a raging river with your bare hands. Is a golf ball-sized hailstorm just a myth? Ask the people in Arizona who experienced it firsthand. They have a very different story to tell. I'm sure the person living in this house has a deep understanding of that harrowing ordeal. When powerful winds and hail collide, it's absolute chaos. Even if you're safe indoors, it's hard not to feel a surge of tension watching it unfold, especially through a window. The way the wind and hail tear through trees with such ease is a stark reminder of nature's raw, uncontrollable power. Grasping the full danger of landslides can be difficult until you witness one up close. It's then that their sheer destructive power becomes undeniable. In an Indian province, deforestation has triggered a surge in these events, happening far more often. It's as if nature is sending a clear message, urging humanity to pause and reconsider its actions before it's too late. Take a look at the aftermath of an unprecedented flood in New England. The rains were so unyielding that even days after they had ceased, the rivers remained swollen. Locals recount how nature's fury wreaked havoc on the infrastructure, and the devastation is clear. Just one glance at this ruined bridge speaks volumes about the scale of destruction. Walt Hessler's invention might be one of the most remarkable of our time, but it still pales in comparison to the sheer might of Mother Nature. Just look at how the car fared in that massive hailstorm, if you can even call it surviving. It's as if nature doesn't even recognize bridges as obstacles. Watch how effortlessly the raging current swept this structure away in mere seconds, leaving no trace, as if it had never existed at all. Wind can be far more powerful than you might imagine, especially when it reaches speeds of 100 kilometers per hour or more. In a town in Ohio, a hurricane unleashed severe havoc, toppling trees, destroying cars, and demolishing fragile buildings. It even ripped roofs off homes. It's almost impossible to fathom what the people inside those houses experienced while they huddled, trying to shelter from the storm. This video, captured by a resident of a small Italian commune during a recent storm, shows the astonishing force of the wind. The gusts were so powerful that they toppled trees with ease. Just imagine the sheer strength required to snap a tree like it's nothing more than a twig. An Iowa local captured a scene that could easily be mistaken for the beginning of the apocalypse. From his office window, he watched in awe as multiple vortexes twisted together, forming a monstrous tornado. In the photos, it might look like just another large cloud, but witnessing it churn in real time was downright eerie. Despite its massive size, the tornado caused only property damage, and miraculously, no one in the area was harmed. Even though everyone is safe, it's impossible not to feel sympathy for the owner of this shop. Imagine their dismay when they arrive in the morning, only to find nothing but devastation. If you think you can easily escape the grip of a natural disaster, think again. Take this hotel, for example. When heavy flooding struck, the water surged in with such relentless force that it inundated the parking lot. Surveillance footage captured furniture being swept away effortlessly, highlighting the sheer power of the deluge. Just imagine the devastating impact such force could have on a person. Thankfully, no one was in the parking lot at the time. Residents of a province in Afghanistan faced the raw force of nature when a sudden mudflow roared down the mountainsides. The surge was so swift and unstoppable that there was no way to prevent its relentless advance. It wasn't long before the mudflow reached the city, flooding the streets and overwhelming everything in its path. Terrified, people sought refuge wherever they could, with many climbing onto rooftops to escape the advancing surge. In such a moment, it's easy to understand their fear facing the sheer force of nature. Anyone would be struck by the same terror. A guy from Iowa decided to film the dramatic black clouds looming over the lake, but the scene shifted dramatically in no time.
Car's getting a little
What started as a gentle rain quickly escalated into a ferocious hailstorm. Witnesses reported hailstones the size of baseballs pummeling down from the sky. It's evident that this sudden onslaught from nature wreaked considerable damage in its wake.
All right, bye. Oh my goodness.
Oh, this one's busted.
Yep, this guy got beat up a couple.
The same fate befell this charming city in Brazil, known for its stunning scenery and relaxed lifestyle. It almost seemed like paradise until disaster struck. A massive flood surged through the area, not only inundating the roads, but also threatening to engulf entire homes. The water level rose so high that it reached the roofs of some houses. It's astonishing how quickly nature can upend lives and bring everything to a standstill. This Indonesian volcano is famous for its frequent eruptions, yet locals are continually astonished by the sheer scale of each event. The latest eruption was no different, sending a colossal plume of smoke and ash soaring 19 kilometers into the sky. Naturally, everyone scrambled to capture the dramatic spectacle on their phones, though they did so from neighboring islands, safely out of reach of the eruption's fury. The last thing you want to see in your rearview mirror is a tornado barreling towards your car. Fortunately for the driver, the tornado veered away and eventually dissipated, leaving the parking lot unharmed. Meanwhile, in Mumbai, the situation took a different turn. Instead of a towering cloud looming over the city, it was enveloped in a dense dust haze. The vibrant metropolis lost its familiar charm as the air thickened with sand particles. Residents were compelled to stay indoors, seeking refuge from the suffocating dust for a breath of clean air. When you see water on the road, it's usually a clear sign to turn around and head in the opposite direction. Drivers in a certain Chinese province were fortunate to have that option, though not all could turn back. Many chose to face the challenge head-on and drive through the massive sandstorm. Surprisingly, what looked terrifying from a distance turned out to be less daunting once they were actually in it. Nature can be both terrifying and awe-inspiring. This rock slide feels like a scene straight out of a blockbuster film, with visuals so stunning they put even the most impressive special effects to shame. Argentina's Perito Moreno Glacier is renowned for putting on a spectacular show for tourists, but few are lucky enough to witness it on such a grand scale.